Hi! Let's, without further ado, let's get right into this.
The whereabouts of the Team Rocket boss, Giovanni, is, unknown. Team Rocket has taken control of the Kanto region's underworld, and is
Oh
suspected
yes, I
of
already have been
illegally poaching
alerted
and
to
trafficking
his
Pokemon.
voice actor change.
We have already executed a successful raid on one of their crucial sources of income, a game corner located in Celadon City. We
I like
also
it's a full-on
succeeded in
casino.
freeing all the Pokemon they were holding captive. According to our sources, they also attempted to take over the Sylph Company as well. But
According to your
witnesses have
sources,
confirmed
it
that
wasn't
they
exactly...
experienced a setback with their plans.
Doesn't exactly
Can we
clan.
get any information on Giovanni from the Team Rocket members we've arrested?
Unfortunately, even his men were not told what Giovanni's next move would be after his failed attempt, and they remain very loyal to Giovanni. But even if they knew, they wouldn't share that with us willingly.
So he's that charismatic of a leader. This Giovanni.
Sir! We have discovered Giovanni's location.
Where is he?
The Viridian Gym.
That shouldn't be a secret either. Use the door like everyone else.
Squad, spread out in 3-man teams. Await further orders. Yes, sir!
I thought they were going to be adapting stuff from the games. See, it has a door. You don't need to make one. See?
Stay
Right there.
alert,
Right
boys.
there.
He's an experienced Pokemon trainer.
Is that something that needed to be in a full-on holster? It just needed to be connected to the side.
We're going in. All teams, go now!
Magnemite are now experienced hackers.
Go find him!
Warp tiles. Sliding panels.
Here!
Okay, if no one else has, just make a jet fuel can't melt steel beams reference and get it out of the way.
I don't understand. The Viridian Gym should have been closed off.
According to who?
A battlefield. This is it.
Why
go.
do you have a Growlithe? Did you steal it from Koya? So they're just throwing origins
This
out the
trace
window.
of an explosion is relatively new.
All clear, sir. The Viridian Gym is empty.
During a follow-up investigation, we were surprised to discover that Giovanni was the gym leader of the Viridian Gym.
That should have been public
He awarded
record!
badges to 2 trainers. He just disappeared.
Team Rocket will never fall. All Pokemon exist solely for the use of Team Rocket.
That voice does not
There
fit
are
him.
rumors that Team Rocket has disbanded, but its truth remains a
That
mystery.
walking animation is really weird. Yeah, that wasn't as good as I thought it would be. They seem to be spreading the idea that Looker is somehow good at his job. Let's take a look at what he actually does in canon. Okay, the biggest bust of his career gets away after about 5 minutes of captivity. He takes in Emma, and when he finds out that Zerosic has been using her for crimes, and when he finally gets Zerosic to surrender, he invites him to dinner. He sets up a bureau that seems to have no connection to literally anything else related to the International Police, uses the death of his Croagunk to weasel out of any sort of involvement, forgets the language of a region he was previously stationed in. You know, in the English version, the woman comes in speaking Japanese, and he was previously stationed in Sinnoh, so he should at least have a passing knowledge of Japanese. In the Japanese version, she comes in speaking English, and he was stationed in Unova, so he should have at least a passing knowledge of English. Refers to himself in his head as hard-boiled repeatedly. Makes you a special ticket made of construction paper and glitter. The glitter makes it special. And of course, speaking of his Croagunk, it did pretty much all the heavy lifting in his first notable arrest, and the only one to actually stick thus far. Charon, who is, what is he, 65? He's this hunchback little old man. And you needed your poison dart frog to take him down. Looker is not the confident badass that every other canon has seemed to think he is. I mean, at least in Diamond and Pearl Adventure, Koya was all like, but Looker is indestructible, and we never actually see anything to support that. In fact, Looker is kind of a passive bystander the entire time. His main goal was to arrest Kaisi for some unknown reason. Possibly for criminal vagrancy, possibly for theft, because we all know Kaisi is probably the kind to just, you just know he's the kind to see a pie cooling on the windowsill and take it. Was that ever a real problem? Yeah, okay. Richard Epcar, you've severely dropped the ball here. They seem to be doing Origins and not doing Origins. I don't understand that. They're doing... It should be public record that Giovanni is the gym leader, at least league record. The whole thing with Silpco is not exactly a clandestine operation, so you shouldn't do the whole according to your sources. Where did Looker get that growlet? Did he steal it from Koya, who would have been like 5 at this point? If that. That was not nearly as badass as the previews led us to believe. Although recasting Giovanni does give me hope that Jameson Price might be someone better suited to his talents, like Yates or Lysandra. Man. Athena, who do you want to hear as them? I wouldn't mind hearing Sean Schemmel as Archie again, but I know they're not going to do that. They're going with a completely different dub company now. I think Derek Stephen Prince could make a good Cyrus if he makes his Ken voice sound older. Although I'm probably the only person who thinks that Cyrus should have kind of a raspy and low voice. Very soft. And I know that kind of contradicts his personality, but at the same time, he seems like the kind of person who would sound like he never talks, even though he talks all the time. And since he relies a lot on his innermost thoughts, I think he would come off like he's like a loud whisper. Maxie, I have no idea. They'll probably give him some stuffy intellectual voice. Anyway, though, yeah, Looker is not a badass, despite what you see here. There's no reason that they shouldn't know that he was the gym leader. There's no reason for Silpco operation to be so clandestine, because it wasn't! There were rockets roaming the streets. I like the Looker picked the guy up by the collar, though. That was cool. But again, Looker is not a badass. Okay? He is not the fights grunts and doesn't afraid of anything sort. Like, everything seems to portray him as. Like, use the freaking door. If Giovanni's going to escape through some other route, it's either going to be underground or through some sort of window. And those can be monitored. There's no reason to cause structural damage to a League building. The SWAT team was weird because Looker is usually a solo agent. I mean, in Diamond and Pearl Adventure, he has the battalion that don't get crap accomplished because everything was accomplished by Haruta and Koya. Looker does exactly two things, jack and shit. I mean, yeah, he does arrest Charon later on in that, but that was later on. It just didn't seem worth it.